League. Welcome back, bitches. It's the commish. Welcome to week 8 of the fantasy season. We are past the midway point. Look at this. Things are starting to get very, very interesting. Can you believe what has happened in the past week? Past week and a half, 2 weeks basically. We've never seen a season like this in 10 years to be impacted by injuries so much. People like Bradford gone for the season. Cutler out 5 to 6 weeks. Doug Martin out not expected till back till week 12. Myself, I lost Reggie Wayne and Randall Cobb within a 2-week time span within each other. Okay, so this is the time to go ahead and make things happen. Make moves. The waiver wire, as you guys have seen out there, it's mostly dried up. You know, there's now what other fantasy studs are going to emerge out of nowhere, a la an Alfred Morris from the beginning of last year, or Doug Martin from the beginning of last year. It's not going to happen. So speaking of that, this week we do have another trade going down. On Monday morning, did some negotiating with Mr. Owner Shane Ravizza, riding really fucking good, who's at the bottom feed of the league. Through a cup of coffee, I did some wheeling and dealing and sent off MJD, a running back, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Kembrell Tompkins, a receiver with some high upside for the New England Patriots, off and received Larry Fitzgerald, one of the greatest receivers in the league physically, just never has a quarterback thrown into it. This helps out Ravizza, who did lose one said Doug Martin, and I lost, like I said, Randall Cobb and Reggie Wayne for the season. So, looking back at the scoreboard, I finally took my second loss of the season, losing to the fucking Aryan Nation and Michael Hunt, reigning executive of the year. Ew. I named him a tailspin downward spiral mid-season award last week, and look what he does, 103 to 81. He beats me. I finally don't crack over 90 points. That pisses me off, but I'm not going to let that happen again. Next up, TC Raw continues his little hot streak to 118 to 71 win over Team Harris. What is going on with the reigning 2012 Ultimate Fantasy League Champions team? He's at the bottom of the standings and he's not doing good right now, and things don't seem to be getting much better for Team Harris. Team Ibe, he's also always in the thick of things. Mr. Ibe is a great executive. And look at this one, a 76 to 43 smackdown over Ron. Really freaking good. 43 points, Shane. Really? That's all you got? That's pathetic. I mean, you shouldn't even play fantasy right now. I can't even understand this. Look at this. Another thing that happened that I predicted. Zanfini beat Mike Hunt. Gets another victory. Can you feel his energy right now?
He had great intensity. You can feel it, dude! You can feel it!
I sure can. 95 to 74 over Steeler to Society. Great win for you, Zanfini. Steeler Society still one of the better teams in the league. He's trucking along. He'll take the loss and move on. It happened again. I feel like just because I said it wouldn't happen, it happened again. We have another tie.
Joel, you want to know something? What? Every now and then, say what the fuck. What the fuck gives you freedom? Freedom brings opportunity. Opportunity makes your future.
God damn it. I can't believe we have another tie. Team Zimmer, Manti Te'o, 69. Team Frano, 69. Team Frano's trying to get that second win. Obviously didn't happen week 7. 69-69 tie. Ew. Urban Achievers against Sunday Murder 6 in the Addams Family Bowl. Great Halloween time, perfectly fitting time to be in the Addams family. Dave Adams, he wins the Addams Family Bowl this year, 120 to 86 over Sunday Murderer 6, Nick Adams. And finally, Josh Edskins against Team Grimwald. Josh Edskins wins 87 to 72. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Ultimate Fantasy League Week 8 standings. Look at this. Guys, the league is wide open. I'm telling you that right now. The league is wide open. Remember, we get to week 14, last week of the season. The top 4 teams make it with the best record. If you have a tied record, it is broken up by total points scored for your team. Look at the top 3 teams in the league. They are technically all tied because they have a winning percentage the same. 2 with the same record, 1 a 4-1-2 because of 2 ties, and he doesn't have 2 losses. But it is TC Raw, SMID, and Team Ibe, 5-2, 5-2, 4-1-2, all tied for first. What I'm talking about being wide open, a four-way tie for second place. Sunday Murderer 6 at 4-3, Steeler to Society at 4-3, Josh Shredskins at 4-3, and look at this, Team Zimmer Manti Te'o still in the thick of things. This is a big move for Team Zimmer Manti Te'o. Usually a traditional bottom feeder of the league. It's kind of like the creamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or about 5-6 years ago the 0-16 Detroit Lions. Some team that really sucks. Maybe even a better thing is like the Green Run Stallions during our high school football playing days, where they went 4 years without a victory. But that's usually what Team Zimmer Manti Te'o is used to. But guess what? He's right in the thick of things, and he's tied in second place. Little Lebowski Urban Achievers at 3-4 beat Mike Hunt at 3-4 over Mike Hunt at Aryan Nation at 3-4. That is just fucking impressive, Zanfini. Team Grimwald at 2-2. Ew, Grimwald. Rotted really fucking good at 2-4-1. And Team Harris at 2-5, the reigning 2012 Ultimate Fantasy League champion. And then gross, Team Frano at 1-5-1. Team Frano really has some work to do cut out for him to get into the playoffs. Like I said, those things start in 7 weeks. Right to week 8. Here we go. Obviously, the first one is going to be me against Sunday Murderer 6. Matchup of the week. Two of the top teams in the league going heading off to each other. My hat is off to you, Nick. You have a very good luck to your team. I'm going to try to beat the shit out of you today. Going right into it, Team Zimmer Manti Te'o at Mike Hunt. Well, this is a good matchup here. Zimmer Manti Te'o, they are still in the thick of things, but I feel like Team Corey's is about to take a turn for the frickin' worst. Okay, just look at his people this week. Joke Bell, Aaron Dobson, Donnie Avery, Zach Miller, Falcons defense. Gross. I hate all those people. Jeremy Curley, that was a hot pickup for you. I got to give that to you. And you got Tom Brady. So we have a projecting right now 137-46. He's not even projected over 50 points. So for that reason alone, I know it's not all about projecting. I have to go with Mark Zanfini. Beat Mike Hunt for the win. Next up, we have Aryan Nation against Josh Redskins. This is a battle of two huge Redskin fans. Right now, a projected total of Aryan Nation of 115-84. Aryan Nation rolling. He's finally got his team all full healthy, not missing buys. Aaron Rodgers, Eddie Lacy, Gio, Adrian Peterson, Pierre Garçon scooped up the Jared Boykin and the Randall Cobb's absence. It's a pretty good move. Eagles defense, he's streaming D's and Phil Dawson against the RG3, Marshawn Lynch, Darren McFadden, Roy Halou, Vincent Jackson, Mike Wallace, Robbie Hausler, and Dolphins D. Roy Halou, another hot pickup for Josh Redskins this week. Right now, 115-84 projected total for Mr. Hunt. I feel like that the what's going to get him over the hump is that Green Bay is going to have a huge game points-wise at Minnesota. Minnesota just can't do anything right now, and I'm projecting Aryan Nation for the victory. Next up, defending champion Team Harris against Team Ibe. Well, Team Ibe taking his 4-1-2 record up against Team Harris Day at 2-5, who's 3 games back. Right now, it's a projected total of a 107-91 win for Team Ibe. Team Harris already has had the Bucks D go off on Thursday night. Guess what? They got -1 point. They didn't even get 0 points. They got -1. And Team Ibe, who hasn't had anyone go off yet. We have a good matchup for Peyton Manning against Washington at home, coming off a loss, so he's going to be pissed off, as well as Fred Jackson getting most of the carries today against the New Orleans Saints because CJ Spiller is doubtful and out. Speaking of that, Team Harris has CJ Spiller on his bench. He should probably look at this video when I post it within the next 15 minutes. So for that reason alone, Team Ibe gets the victory. Rodham really fucking good. 2-4-1 going up against TC Raw. So, one of the best teams in the league, tied for first with me, going up against Rodham Really Fucking Good's 2-4-1 record. Right now, we have a projected total of a 132-112. This looks like to be a shootout, at least ESPN thinks so. TC Raw already had D'Angelo Williams go off on Thursday night, and he scored 10 points, double digits for D'Angelo Williams. That's pretty good. Drew Brees going against Buffalo. I personally think that Drew Brees is going to shred, slice, and dice the Buffalo secondary today. Shane Ravizza taking his brand new car out for a spin, and the car's name is MJD, as well as Kembrell Tompkins. He's taking him out for a spin. Hakeem Nicks and Eric Decker going up against Harry Douglas, Des Bryant, AJ Green, Julius Thomas. Look at that. His freaking team runs off like a goddamn all-star team. Stafford, Bush, Des Bryant, AJ Green, Julius Thomas. That's sick. Streaming Raiders D. I think that's a great idea for that. I think TC Raw is going to get the victory. And next up, we have Team Frano. 1-5-1 against Steeler 2. Society 4-3. Team Frano's already had Steve Smith go off on Thursday night, getting 4 points. Cole has had no one yet. He's got a 114-83 projected total by ESPN. Cole Worst finally gets Michael Vick back this week. I know he's been waiting on that. Also made some news. I saw him picked up Kendall Hunter. Team Frano finally gets Steven Jackson back this week. It's been since week 1, I believe, that he's been out, and he finally gets to see how good that leg is doing. I believe that this will be a very close matchup, and in the end, I actually believe that Cole gets a victory with Mike Vick having a big game against my own Giants at home on Sunday today. And finally, we have Little Lebowski Urban Achievers at Team Grimmauld. Little Lebowski 3-4. He needs to get some wins to stay in the thick of things. Team Grimmauld 2-3-2. Well, here we go. Andy Dalton, Joseph Randall, Bilal Powell. Good pickup by Dave. Danny Amendola, Wes Welker, Mike Williams, Jason Witten, Pat Stee, Hashka. Ryan, Alfie Morris, Levon Bell, Brian Hartline, Josh Gordon, Brandon LaFell, Jimmy Graham, Browns D, Kai Forback. Well, Little Lebowski Urban Achievers already had Mike Williams go off. Team Grimmauld already had Brandon LaFell go off. Both on Thursday night for 2 points. And right now a projected total of 82-79 for Little Lebowski Urban Achievers. I believe the big difference here is going to be the difference between the two quarterbacks, and Andy Dalton going against the New York Jets and Matt Ryan going against Arizona. I feel like Matt Ryan has a better game, and Team Grimmauld actually gets the victory. Well, those are your picks for Week 8. I am the commish. Make your moves. I'm out.